The unexpected distress. The colony of Arden 5 drifted silently at the edge of Terran space, its lights tiny against the vast darkness of the stars. The humans who lived here had built their homes carefully, shielding themselves with technology and walls. Yet no wall could protect them from what was coming on the surface. Commander Lyra Vance watched the colony's sensors with a tense calm. Her hands moved over the console quickly, checking reports, adjusting shields, scanning the distant horizon. Everything seemed quiet, almost too quiet. But Lyra had learned that quiet in space often meant danger. "Commander," a voice called from the communications bay. "We're picking up strange signals near the outer perimeter. They aren't coming from Terran space. And they don't match any known alien patterns." Lyra leaned closer, her eyes narrowing. "Show me," she said. The holographic display lit up with strange shapes moving toward Arden 5. Small at first, then growing larger with each passing moment. "It's too fast," muttered one of the junior officers. "They shouldn't reach us this quickly," Lyra's mind raced, recalling old Terran protocols for distress and defense. Yet none of the colony's simulations had prepared them for this. Above them, in orbit, the colony's few defense ships activated their shields and engines. The metal hulls hummed with energy as the ships aligned in defensive formations. But even as they readied themselves, the signals grew stronger, like an unseen hand closing in back on the surface. Alarms began to ring, a harsh, urgent sound that echoed through every home and building. Citizens rushed to safe zones, their faces pale, hands trembling. Children clutched their parents tightly, and every adult prayed silently that the Terran fleet would come in time. Lyra stepped onto the balcony of the command center, staring at the stars. The strange shapes were no longer distant, they were moving with precision. Almost as if they knew exactly where the colony would be, she turned to her communications officer. "Send the distress beacon," she ordered. "All frequencies, all channels. Every Terran ship must hear this. We need help." Now, the beacon fired into space, a bright pulse cutting through darkness. Each ship that received it would know that human lives were at risk. The signal carried more than a message, it carried hope and fear. The ancient protocol demanded that every Terran captain answer, but decades had passed since it had been used. Some feared that help might not arrive in time. Lyra's thoughts drifted to the old stories her grandmother had told. Tales of Terran captains answering impossible calls, flying across light years to save humans in danger. She hoped those stories were true. She had to hope, because there was no other plan outside. The alien fleet revealed itself fully, sleek ships with sharp edges glinting in the starlight. They moved like predators, silent, coordinated, and deadly. The humans had never faced anything like this. Their defensive turrets fired, streaks of energy slicing the void. But the alien ships dodged with ease. Their speed was terrifying. And their numbers seemed endless. Lyra gritted her teeth. "Hold your positions, keep firing, keep the perimeter active." She knew that even a small delay could cost lives. Her crew obeyed, their hands shaking but determined. Each laser shot and missile represented a small act of defiance, a refusal to surrender without a fight. Minutes stretched like hours, the battle seeming to begin even before the Terran fleet could respond. But then, far beyond the edge of the colony's sensors, faint blips appeared. A pattern began to form, one that Lyra recognized. "Terran ships," she whispered, awe and relief mixing in her voice. The fleet was coming, scattered at first, then faster. Every captain who received the beacon was moving toward Arden 5, each ship a symbol of unity and strength, their engines flaring in the darkness. Shining like beacons of hope, the colony watched. Hearts lifted for the first time in hours, yet danger was far from over. The alien ships had noticed the approaching Terrans. Their attack shifted, now more aggressive. As if testing the humans' courage. Lyra knew this was only the beginning. The real battle was yet to come. And she had to keep the colony alive until help arrived. In the command center, Lyra's eyes never left the viewports. Every blip, every signal, every movement was a heartbeat in the life of the colony. She could feel the weight of responsibility pressing on her shoulders, but also the thrill of possibility. Hope was arriving across the stars, and soon, the Terran captains would answer the call. The distress beacon continued to pulse into the darkness. Unstoppable, persistent, a cry that would not be ignored. And somewhere, across countless light years, captains would see it and act, bound by honor, by duty, by the ancient code. The stars were quiet again. But not for long. Something big was coming. Something that would change the fate of Arden 5 forever. Lyra took a deep breath, bracing herself, for the night was just beginning. And the echo of the call had already begun to spread across the galaxy, the Terran response far across the galaxy. The distress beacon pulsed through space, invisible yet powerful. Its signal reached every Terran ship in the sector. Some captains were in quiet orbit, repairing engines or studying stars. Others were deep in training exercises with their crews. But all stopped the moment the signal touched them. Captain Yarick Solis of the starship Valiant was the first to speak. All hands attention, we have received a distress call from Arden 5. Prepare to jump to light speed. His voice carried authority and calm. Though his eyes betrayed concern, the crew moved with practiced efficiency. Checking weapons, shields, and navigation systems on the Aurora, Captain Selene Rees frowned at the blinking beacon on her console. It's been years since anyone has sent this signal, she said quietly. And the protocol demands that we respond immediately, her first officer nodded. Shall we proceed, Captain? Selene's lips curved into a small smile. We don't have a choice. Prepare for departure. Ships from different corners of Terran space began their journey. Engines flaring, lights piercing the darkness. The galaxy seemed to notice their movement, as if the stars themselves leaned closer to watch. Every captain understood the weight of the mission. The beacon was more than a request for help, it was a call of honor. And every Terran answered, even as the fleet prepared. Not every captain was confident. Captain Wren of the Ironhawk muttered, "We have no intel on the attackers, no idea what we are facing," his tactical officer responded. "We face the unknown every day, Wren." "But Terrans never turn away from those in need," the captain nodded, gripping the edge of his console. A mixture of fear and determination in his eyes. Meanwhile, strange signals flickered across communications channels. Alien interference trying to mask the approach of the Terran ships. On board the Valiant, Yarick leaned closer to the sensor panel. "They know we are coming. The attackers are tracking us," his tactical officer frowned. "Do they know we are united?" Yarick's gaze hardened. "They will find out soon enough." As ships jumped through light-speed corridors, the distance between the Terran fleet and Arden 5 shrank rapidly. Along the way, each captain reviewed their plans, plotting routes, checking supplies, ensuring their crews were ready for anything. Messages were sent between ships, coordinating maneuvers and assigning positions for the approaching battle. Among the fleet, young Lieutenant Mara on the Aurora felt a mix of fear and excitement. "Captain, it's incredible. So many Terran ships moving together." Selene placed a hand on her shoulder. "It is beautiful, Lieutenant, but beauty doesn't win battles. Courage and skill do," Mara nodded, her heart pounding as the stars streaked past at impossible speed. Back at Arden 5, the colony sensors flickered as the alien fleet adjusted their formation. "They sense the Terran ships," Lyra said, watching the screens. "They are preparing for us." The crew readied the surface defenses. each turret and missile launcher aimed at the incoming threat. But hope grew stronger with every blink of the approaching Terran ships. The first Terran ships arrived at the edge of Arden 5 sector, their engines flaring, shields shimmering. Signaling the beginning of a response like the galaxy had never seen, Captain Solus hailed the colony. Arden 5 Terran forces have arrived. You are not alone, Lyra exhaled, relief washing over her. Finally. Help has come, but the alien fleet was not waiting idly. Their scouts moved faster, probing the Terran formation. Testing defenses, the first skirmishes began. Small laser bursts flashing across space, the Terran captains communicated quickly. Coordinating counterattacks, each move precise. Each strategy tested in real time. Captain Reese of the Aurora called out, "Keep tight formation." "They are trying to divide us," Solus responded. "We hold together." Terrans never falter when unity is our weapon. Across the fleet, captains exchanged signals, their crews moving as one. A testament to discipline, training, and centuries of shared code. Still, tension remained high. Every captain knew that even one mistake could cost lives. The distance to the colony closed with every second. The aliens became more aggressive. But the Terran fleet was ready. Eyes, sensors, and minds focused on the single goal: save the humans in the darkness of space. The beacon continued to pulse, bright and unyielding, reminding everyone why they were here. The colony was counting on them. The Terran captains understood the weight of history upon their shoulders. The first signs of hope had arrived, and the real battle was about to begin. Lyra watched the blips on her screen, each one a promise. "They are coming," she whispered. "They are coming to save us." And far across the stars, every Terran captain felt the same. A call answered not out of duty alone, but out of honor, courage, and the unbreakable bond of humanity. Shadows across the stars, the Terran fleet moved through the endless black of space. Each ship a glimmering point of hope against the darkness. The colony of Arden 5 waited, counting every second as the distance closed. But the journey was far from easy. Captain Yarick Solus of the Valiant watched the sensors carefully. "Something is not right," he said. The readings showed strange anomalies in the void. Asteroid fields moving unnaturally, cosmic storms that seemed to follow the fleet. "We are being guided or hunted," he added quietly. On the Aurora, Captain Celine Reese noticed similar patterns. "It's almost like the universe itself is trying to stop us," she murmured. Her first officer frowned. "Or someone is controlling it." Celine's eyes narrowed. "Then we will face them. We cannot turn back now." Small scout ships darted ahead, probing for alien activity. Their sleek designs allowed them to move with speed and stealth. But what they discovered chilled the Terran captains. Cloaked alien vessels hid in the shadows, watching, waiting, preparing to strike. Lieutenant Mara gripped her console. "Captain, the scouts report multiple contacts. Too many to ignore. They are surrounding us." Celine's voice was calm but firm. "Do not panic. We maintain formation. We fight together." Across the fleet, every ship adjusted its course, shields flaring briefly as engines shifted to defensive positions. Suddenly, the first attack came, a burst of alien fire from a hidden ship. It struck a Terran cruiser, shaking the hull. Alarms blaring through the corridors. "Return fire." Yorick shouted, "Target the source, keep the fleet safe." Energy beams lit up the darkness. Streaking past stars like silver lightning, the aliens moved quickly, attacking and retreating, testing Terran defenses. In the middle of the fleet, Captain Rin of the Iron Hawk barked orders. "Focus fire on the leading cloaked ship. Don't let them split our formation." His tactical officer responded. "Shields holding, weapons online, but their numbers are greater than expected." Rin clenched his jaw. Then we fight smarter, not harder. Meanwhile, Lyra watched from the command center on Arden 5. The colony trembled with every skirmish, but hope remained. Each Terran ship that survived the ambush sent a pulse of reassurance. A promise that they were coming to save humanity. A massive asteroid field appeared ahead. Stretching across the fleet's path, the ships had to navigate carefully, shields deflecting debris as engines pushed them forward. The aliens tried to use the field to trap them, but the Terran captains anticipated every move, their skill and training turning danger into advantage. On the Valiant, Yarek shouted, "Hold steady. Use the asteroids for cover. We will reach the colony without losing a ship." Crews worked in perfect coordination, their hands moving over controls like dancers in a deadly ballet. Every action mattered, every second counted. Captain Celine noticed a large alien ship breaking from the shadows, its hull dark and jagged. "It's the commander," she whispered. "Prepare for a fight unlike any we've seen." The fleet readied for battle. Energy weapons humming, shields glowing, ready to face the unknown, despite the danger. There was a quiet bravery across the Terran ships. Each captain knew the stakes. Each crew member fought not for glory, but for life. For the humans waiting on Arden 5, and for the bond that had united them across light years. A sudden jolt rocked the fleet. The first Terran ship hit directly. Alarm screaming. "Brace for impact." Yarek called. His crew tightened their grips. Energy beams fired in a precise, coordinated strike. And the alien ship was pushed back for now. But the danger had only grown closer. More personal, Lyra clenched her fists, watching the screens. The colony could see flashes of the distant battle, lights streaking across space, hope and fear mingling in every heart. She whispered, "Hold on, Terrans, we are counting on you." As the fleet pushed forward, the shadows seemed to stretch longer, more alien vessels emerging from hiding, testing the fleet, probing for weakness. The Terran captains responded with unity and skill, proving that together they were unstoppable. But every action carried risk, and every risk could mean loss. The beacon from Arden 5 continued to pulse, bright and unwavering. A constant reminder of why they fought, across the stars. Every Terran captain felt the weight of that call, and the responsibility to answer it, no matter what the shadows held, no matter what the enemy had planned. They would not fail. The fleet moved steadily onward, their determination lighting the darkness. The aliens watched, calculating, but the Terrans were ready. And the first real encounter with the enemy's strength was only moments away. The final approach, the Terran fleet broke through the last stretch of space between them and Arden 5. Their engines flared brightly, casting shadows across the stars. The colony waited anxiously, every eye fixed on the sensors, every heart hoping the fleet would arrive in time. Captain Yarek Solis scanned the battlefield. "The colony's defenses are holding, but just barely," he said. His voice steady, though his mind raced. The alien fleet had positioned itself in a crescent formation around Arden 5, cutting off escape and making a direct assault inevitable. Captain Celine Rees tightened her grip on the console. "They're waiting for us," she said quietly. "This is the real test. Prepare for the full force of their attack." Across the fleet, shields hummed and weapons charged, anticipation and tension hanging thick in the air. The first shots were fired from the alien ships, streaks of red energy tearing across space toward the colony. Lyra watched from the command center, shouting orders to every turret and missile launcher. The humans on the ground fired with precision, but it was the Terran fleet that would decide the outcome. Yarek coordinated with the other captains, sending signals, sharing tactics. "Flank the right side, Aurora take the left. Ironhawk with me in the center." The ships moved like pieces on a chessboard, Their strategy elegant and deadly, every maneuver a dance of skill and timing. Suddenly, the alien commander revealed itself. A massive jagged ship with dark energy pulsing along its hull. It moved toward the colony with purpose, and the Terran captains understood its intent. This was not just an attack, it was a statement. A challenge to everything the humans and Terrans represented. Captain Rin barked orders, hold positions. Focus fire on the command ship, don't let it reach the colony. His crew worked with urgency. Lasers and missiles finding their marks, the alien ship fired back. Deflecting blows and striking with precision. Each hit a reminder of the danger they faced on the surface. Lyra watched as Terran ships engaged the enemy, awe and hope filling her heart. The humans on the colony cheered as they saw the fleet take control. But fear remained. One misstep could mean destruction. One mistake could end everything. Captain Celine coordinated with Urek, their voices calm and precise. We need to break their formation, focus on their flanks. Draw their attention. The Terran ships moved as one. A perfect blend of strengths, speed, and strategy. The alien ships tried to respond, but the Terrans anticipated every move, adapting faster than their enemies. A massive explosion rocked the center of the alien fleet, sending shockwaves across space. One of the leading alien ships was destroyed, and the others hesitated. Confusion spread through the enemy formation, and the Terran captains seized the opportunity. Pressing their advantage with relentless precision, Lyra whispered to herself, "They are holding. They are winning." The colony's defenses fired with renewed energy. Every shot aided by the Terran fleet above. Each human on the ground felt the courage of 1,000 stars flowing through them. Inspired by the unity of the captains who answered the call. Yet danger was not gone. One Terran ship, trapped by alien forces, struggled to escape. Iron Hawk, report. Yorick called. Captain Rin's voice was tense. We are surrounded, shields failing, but we will not surrender, Solus responded. Hold tight, we are coming for you, the fleet adjusted. Pulling together to rescue their comrade, every move critical. The alien commander realized its advantage slipping. Attacking harder, faster, but the Terrans were prepared. Every captain acted with courage, every crew member focused on the mission. The bond between ships and crews became a force stronger than any enemy. Finally, the commander's ship faltered. Critical damage spreading across its hull. The remaining alien vessels retreated. The darkness of space swallowing them as they fled. Arden 5 was saved, but the battle had cost energy, shields, and left scars that would remain for years. Lyra stepped outside. Looking at the stars where Terran ships hovered above the colony, her heart full of gratitude. They answered the call, she whispered. Every one of them, and across the fleet. Every captain felt the same, a quiet pride and relief washing over them. Knowing that they had fulfilled their duty, the colony had survived the night, the alien threat had been repelled. And the Terran fleet had proven once again why they were legends among the stars. The call for aid had been answered, and the courage of humanity, aided by Terran honor, had shone brightly in the darkness. But even in victory, the stars held secrets, and the echo of the battle would linger, hinting at future dangers and adventures yet to come. Unity and triumph. The dust of battle still hung in space above Arden 5.